Remote doesn't mean tax-free. Maya leaned back in the hammock, toes wiggling in the ocean breeze. Her laptop rested on her knees, screen glowing with open-tab Zoom, Notion, Canva, Stripe. She sipped from a fresh coconut and smiled, sun-kissed and smug. "Welcome to the tax-free dream," she whispered. The beach in Bali stretched endlessly in front of her, golden and lazy. The air smelled like salt and grilled corn. Roosters crowed somewhere behind her villa. But inside her head, quiet, peace, productivity. No office, no boss. No shoes, she narrated to no one in particular. "And I pay taxes to no one. That's the dream, right?" Maya, 32 and self-anointed global laptop queen, lived her life in 3 tabs: work, play, and relocate. She clicked over to the 3rd tab, Noah listing on Airbnb for a 2-bedroom flat in Lisbon. Ocean view, rooftop patio, walking distance to Pastel Donata. "Catch flights, not filings," she said, adding it to her Pinterest board of digital nomad mantras. She hit book now. Behind her, her phone buzzed. Stripe payment. 2,800 for a design sprint. She grinned. Everything she needed was portable. MacBook, passport, international SIM, and 5 pairs of flowy linen pants in desert shades. Her invisible business was thriving clients in the US, a virtual assistant in the Philippines, who thought Maya had a whole accounting team, and a trail of TikToks about the freedom lifestyle. No address, no routine, and in her mind, no taxes. "I'm not from anywhere right now," she said, tossing her hair over one shoulder. "So where would I even pay taxes?" She tapped open her camera app and filmed a quick story. "Working from Bali while y'all pay taxes in traffic. Remote life, no shoes, no taxes, digital nomad queen." Likes started rolling in before she'd even added a caption. Maya was living proof, at least on Instagram, that the system could be outsmarted. Behind her, the waves lapped the shore with rhythm. In her mind, the world was her playground. Governments were distant concepts. Tax was for desk people. She was different. At least, that's what she thought. Until Portugal sent a letter. But for now, the sun was shining, the Wi-Fi strong, and Maya believed she'd hacked the matrix. The letter came on a Tuesday. A regular sun-drenched Tuesday, when Maya's only plans involved a turmeric latte and a hammock nap. She found it tucked in her bamboo mailbox, yes. Her Bali villa had one. A crisp white envelope with a bold blue return address. Department of the Treasury, Internal Revenue Service. Maya blinked, then laughed. "How retro," she said aloud, even as her stomach sank a little. Inside, her smoothie curdled. Narrating in a shaky whisper, she read, "Apparently, just because I haven't been in the US doesn't mean the US hasn't been watching me." The letter was polite, in that terrifying, bureaucratic way. "We have noted inconsistent reporting of income tied to your US citizenship. Please be advised that as a US person, you are required to file annual tax returns on worldwide income." "Worldwide income?" Maya gasped. Her fingers, now sweaty, flew across her keyboard. "Do Americans abroad pay taxes? US citizens tax on foreign income. How does the IRS even know where I am?" The answers came fast, brutal, and government official. "Yes, US citizens are taxed on global income even if you haven't set foot in the States all year. No, moving to Bali does not make the IRS disappear. The foreign earned income exclusion? That dreamy little loophole everyone on Reddit brags about. Not automatic. You have to qualify. You have to apply, with paperwork and math." Maya stared at her screen, eyes twitching. "What is Form 2555? And why does it sound like a robot that audits your soul?" She found a forum, an entire subreddit, R, digital nomad taxes. There were memes, there were horror stories. There was a pinned post titled, "Yes, Karen, you still have to file." Then she found something worse, crypto. Apparently the IRS was now treating crypto like property. Every time she'd sold a few coins to pay for Airbnbs or kombucha, taxable event. Every single time. "Oh, my blockchain," she whispered. She scrolled through her MetaMask wallet, horrified. The trail of Ethereum sales was like a digital breadcrumb path to the nearest audit. She dropped her coconut water, then picked it up and started panic sipping. Okay. Don't freak out. Maybe if I just made less this year." Nope. Another blog post. "Even if you earned one abroad, you still need to file." "What do you mean I need to file even when I'm broke?" The lizards sunbathing on her windowsill scrambled at the sound. Maya collapsed into the hammock like a fallen influencer. Her phone buzzed with a Stripe notification. Payment received. 200. She groaned. It was official. She had, unintentionally, become a tax fugitive in a linen jumpsuit. No team, no accountant, no clue. Just her, the IRS, and a terrifyingly cheerful form called the 1040. Lisbon welcomed Maya with warm sun, crumbling pastel buildings, and the sweet scent of pastéis de nata wafting through cobbled alleys. She sipped espresso outside a co-working cafe, journaling, "New city, new mindset. I'm officially healed from that IRS nonsense. Q, inbox ping. Subject, notificação fiscal autoridade tributária e aduaneira. Translation, tax notice from Portugal." Maya blinked, stirred her coffee, and opened it. "As you have remained in Portugal for a period exceeding 183 days in the current fiscal year and have received income during this period, you are hereby classified as a Portuguese tax resident." Her spoon clinked. "Come again?" She reread the line, then read it in Portuguese. Then in English again. The words didn't change. Narrating, "I wanted pastéis de nata. I got pastel de pain." She scrolled down. Apparently, her Airbnb host had listed her passport with the authorities for tourist records. Totally normal thing, totally helpful. For tax agencies. Combine that with 6 straight months of spicy sardines and seaside co-working. Boom. Resident. And residents, Portugal kindly reminded her, owe taxes on income earned during their stay. Worldwide income, just like the US. "Oh my God! It's spreading," Maya whispered. "It's a fiscal pandemic." She whipped open her laptop and started panic. Searching. Again. Digital Nomad Tax Portugal Help Me PLS. Does Airbnb snitch? Portugal Tax Residency Crypto Nightmare. Lisbon Tax Forgiveness Program? Her camera briefly reflected back a woman with under-eye bags, sun-kissed hair, and the unmistakable expression of someone being softly strangled by bureaucracy. "This was supposed to be my Europe era," she muttered. "Picnics, flirting, not fiscal entanglements." She opened her Stripe dashboard. Still full. The IRS wanted a slice. Now Portugal wanted a wedge. Was she a cake? She considered calling an accountant, but then remembered she didn't have one. She was still using a free budget spreadsheet she'd downloaded from a YouTube guy who filmed videos shirtless. So instead, she called no one. She sat quietly on the balcony of her Lisbon flat, watching the yellow tram 28 creak by, and narrated, deadpan. Turns out, you can't outrun taxes. You can only backpack into them across time zones. The worst part? She still hadn't figured out how to file for the US properly, and now she had 2 countries chasing her. She opened her notebook and wrote, "Things Maya owes, 14.5 for yesterday's grilled octopus. 3, 0 to probably 2 governments. An apology to all accountants I've ever ignored." The sun set over Lisbon's terracotta rooftops. The world was golden. And Maya, the self-declared global laptop queen, had officially become the international tax sandwich. One bite at a time. Maya stepped off the plane and inhaled the thick, sweet Bali air like a returning queen. She was back for a quick visa run, a reset, and hopefully a fresh round of smoothie bowls and spiritual denial. A cozy cafe called her name. She ordered an oat milk flat white and avocado toast. She tapped her card, breezily. Declined. She blinked. Tried again. Declined. The barista offered a gentle, "Maybe try another?" smile. Maya switched to her Indonesian digital bank card. Declined again. "Third time's the charm," she muttered, trying her emergency Revolut. Approved, but her soul was already sinking. She slumped at her table and opened her banking app. Account frozen. Reason: suspicious digital income activity. Under review by Indonesian tax authority. Narrating, voice tight, I was living in 3 countries, and apparently all 3 thought I belonged to them. A pop-up email landed in her inbox as if summoned by dread. Dear Maya, as per recent regulations by Directorate General Pajak, DJP, digital income received within Indonesian territory, especially through remote services, must be reported. Your accounts are temporarily suspended pending verification of earnings. Thank you for your cooperation. She reread it, then reread it again. Remote consulting income. They meant her Zoom coaching calls. Narrating, I thought I was just helping a few clients find clarity. Apparently, Indonesia thinks I'm evading taxes. She stared at her phone, heart pounding. How much did she owe now? Was this prison territory? Could she escape to Antarctica? She opened Google. Can you owe taxes in 3 countries at once? Bali jail conditions for freelancers. Digital nomad Antarctica visa. Cheapest offshore accounting firm, please help. The cafe noise melted around her as her mind spiraled. All she'd wanted was freedom. Freedom from cubicles. Freedom from 9 to 5. Freedom from faxing things. But now she was trapped between tax codes, flagged accounts, and 3 angry governments, all whispering, "Hey, you forgot us." She took a slow sip of her coffee, narrating dry, "Turns out, when you belong nowhere, the taxman thinks you belong everywhere." She slumped back in her chair. At this point, Antarctica didn't sound cold. It sounded quiet, untaxed, and safe. Maya sat in a beach cafe, laptop open, staring into a Bali sunset. The coconut latte beside her was warm and ignored. Narrates, "I thought being remote meant freedom. But really, I was just sprinting from responsibility." She opened a new browser tab, Googled International Tax Consultant for Digital Nomads. Clicked. Then opened Notion. New page. My tax life. She bought a template for tracking tax residency, income streams, and days per country. It felt less like exile, more like a plan. She logged, US citizen, must file, always. Stayed over 180, 3 days, tax resident. Earned income online, flagged income, consulting, crypto, affiliates, result, mess. But now, clarity. Cut to a week later, same beach, same coconut. But Maya, transformed. Her spreadsheet was neat, her tax forms filed, her panic retired. Narrates, now I file US taxes, declare in Portugal, and report in Bali. Is it tiring? Yes. Better than getting surprise taxed in paradise? Definitely. A ping. Quote 2, filing confirmed. She sipped her coffee, satisfied. Narrates, remote doesn't mean invisible, and barefoot doesn't mean tax-free. Closes laptop. Smiles. Freedom isn't running. It's structure finally built. Moral. Working remotely doesn't mean tax-free living. You're not invisible, just international. Follow for more real-life tax tales that keep your business and sanity intact. Subscribe so you don't end up like Maya, Googling, "Can taxes find you on a beach?" Spoiler. Yes, they can.